Hello.
Hello, welcome to Two Guys, One Crime-ish. I'm
Ish.
Ash.
I tried to do that in time. I did, yeah.
You interrupted me, and now we didn't. Now it didn't. So we have to do it again.
Oh, okay, okay. Can we do that? Okay, well, we need to actually start because I started on the countdown and then you're like, I'm going to wait a few seconds before I even start. And I'm like,
No, do
cool.
you know what? We're not even going to bother now. I'm Ash.
I'm Ryan. And this is the level of, what's it called?
Chaos.
Yeah, well, yeah, lack of preparation. You are to expect. Enjoy.
This is the second episode of Two Guys, One Crime-ish.
Title to be thought of later.
I know I've already got the title written
Oh,
down
okay,
this
fair enough.
time.
What
Yeah,
is the
don't worry.
title of the
I'm
episode
not
then?
going to say it right now, am I? We've only
Okay,
just started.
fine.
I'll do it
Fine.
afterwards. They'll see it when they watch it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So how are you?
I'm right, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, great intro. Yeah,
Yeah, no, fantastic. Yeah, no, it's cold. It's winter. Don't like it.
it's not
Um,
that much for winter yet.
yeah,
Like
but
it's
ain't
not.
much
It
of it.
hasn't.
It's not like it was in summer. Like, let's be honest.
Well, it hasn't. Duvet and slippers weather yet.
No. Well,
Which,
don't know.
which, to be honest, I am planning on getting a pair of like though. You know those grandpa slippers, the
Oh
brown
well, like the
ones.
memory foam cover. They are nice, to be fair.
I don't care. I know I'm only 34, but they are comfortable. So,
Yeah, I can't do them. I tried them, and I think where I'm so big, and then like, size 12, they just flattened, and I was like, okay,
well,
not
it's
great.
when you get those silly ones like the monster feet or the cartoon feet, and or the ones that don't even have backs on. Like, who the
Yeah,
fuck wears slippers with no backs on? You're
might as
constantly
well be
like
wearing sandals.
yeah, you constantly flipping them about and shit. I didn't even put the timer on. Oops.
That's fine. Yeah, no, but it's like sandals. I hate it because the second you go to like walk up a curb or something, like you end up like stubbing your toes, then tripping over, and
I
it
mean,
kind of does that thing where it goes like that, and then like traps you, and you go just yeah, no, it don't work.
I
I don't
mean, one
like
would
it.
ask why you're even wearing the slippers outside. Just
No flip
wondering.
flops. I mean flip flops. That's why I said they're like flip
Okay.
flops. That's why we pay attention to what our co-host says.
So
You
to
know.
be fair, I can't stand flip flops either. And
Hmm.
no, not that. I like flip flops. I can't stand fucking sliders.
Oh yeah, no, like Crocs and stuff.
I no, not even Crocs. Just sliders.
Oh
Sliders do my
okay.
fucking head in. Like when people wear socks with sliders as well.
Oh no, that shouldn't be done. I mean, it defeats the objective because surely you're wearing them to like air your feet and stuff. So like, why wear socks?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the same as socks and sandals. It's a questionable fashion choice, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree.
Um, yeah, so I was gonna like just go through a few questions. Um, what have you been watching recently?
Alien Earth. Although, like, I'm not too happy with the way it ended. I'll say that. I mean, it's
Well,
good, but like, it was a bit like lackluster for what it is. Like, I was
okay, well,
expecting like massive gore fest, like let's annihilate everything, and it was kind of like
I haven't watched it yet. I
no.
haven't watched
I
the
think
finale
I
yet,
mean it's
so
fun. Like, it sets up a load of stuff for the second season and that, but I feel like they could have done a better job of like ending it on a high, if that makes sense.
I mean that's a change considering you were well hyped up for it before it even came
Yeah,
out.
no, I know. I'm a bit like, yeah, but this is making me think for like because the Resident Evil one's coming out as well, and I'm a bit how that's gonna go.
Well,
I
we'll
ain't got
see. It'll
high
probably
hopes.
be if we're going off of previous ones.
Yeah,
My obviously, my favorite movie series is Resident Evil, but
yeah.
not the one was Resident Evil Raccoon City or something like that. Back to Raccoon. I don't know
No,
what it
that's
was
right.
called.
But do you know what the thing about that is? Because that was done like in lockdown. Because if you look at other behind the scenes things, like half the time they're all wearing masks and stuff, like discussing everything. If it had been done any other time, I think it actually could have been good. It's where they like rushed it, and I think maybe they were a bit like strapped for people, so they got like the shit end of the stick
They're
on who
always
they had
fucking
in it.
strapped for. Just
No,
moving this back. Hang on. So I'm sitting on the floor,
I mean why I
and
don't know.
because I don't really have anywhere to sit over there that is full, so you can
I mean you
actually
got a
see.
chair in you. I mean
Yeah, but
the
it's really
chair's
dark.
generally not, okay. Fair.
If I sit over there, it's really dark and you can't actually see anything.
No, it's annoying.
But one thing I was going to bring up, I went to the shop earlier,
Hmm.
um, and I saw someone drive past with Eyelashes on the front of their car.
No, I've seen that before. That's yeah. They literally, I think it's like Halfords or something. They used to sell them in.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I think it looks fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it does.
It reminds me of there was an interview that Michael Jackson did,
Hmm.
and I think I haven't actually seen the interview myself. I did. It was I watched a comedian talk about
I can see where this is going.
about in the episode he had really long eyelashes and and it was doing this and he was talking about something really sad and whatever
Yeah,
and it was basically like please take me seriously and whenever I see eyelashes on cars that's what I imagine is
yeah.
Michael
No,
Jackson
fair
with his long
enough.
eyelashes but yeah I saw it and I was just like who the fuck thinks one day
I'm gonna put eyelashes on my car.
take some eyelashes and put them on the front of my car.
No, I've never quite understood that. I mean, like, the odd sticker and stuff, I get. I quite like it. You know, when you have like the scratch stickers going down the side of it, I think that can
Yeah,
look alright.
decals.
But
Decals are fine,
yeah, no, it looks good. But
depending on the decal,
yep. Yeah.
because you've
Taste is
seen
another
these
thing, isn't it?
you've seen these people with fucking like boy racer
Yeah,
stripes along their car, and some cretin gets out of it, and you're like questionable.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, definitely. Odd choices going about, I think.
Yeah, I think you've got to be a certain type of person to decorate your car with that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I mean, like the fluffy dice inside the car, that's sick, isn't it?
yeah. But do you know what? I mean, I don't know whether it's because I get distracted easy. I couldn't have all that stuff on the like hanging around or jiggling around and stuff like it. It'd do my head in. I couldn't do it.
But you're driving along like,
Yeah, no, no, and that's it. It's yeah, no, can't do it. Don't like it.
no, I wouldn't be able to do it either. We're just something there
Yeah,
annoying
well, it
enough
is,
like
and it's
that.
like the corner of your eye all the time. It's like it's annoying me where I can see the light in my glasses now, but you know, let's leave that. It's
Just
fine.
put it in a certain angle so it looks like you're a cyborg.
Right.
Fuck off.
No, not working.
You just aged up about 10 years.
I know, I know, I know. Yeah, no, I've come to terms with it. I'm forever 30.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
it's all right. Any other?
Well,
What else did you want to talk about? Oh, there's a list, is there?
I wrote a couple of things down and I was like, oh, I want to talk about that. So yeah, no, it is fine. I've reached the end of the
Fair
list.
enough. I think the only thing like I think's worth mentioning, and it'll be on the Instagram, which is
Why would you say that?
because I enjoy it, I thought it was funny.
It's
Um,
two guys, one crime.
yeah, there we go. Um, I went on a ghost hunt, which if you believe in it, you don't. If you do, cool. I like the like sciencey side of it and actually having like facts, proof, and all of that. Took an SLR camera, was taking pictures around. I think it's like an old assembly building, but it used to be like hospital back in the day. I think maybe like army base for a bit, like short time, you know, like relief thing. Took pictures, didn't notice until I went through them the next day. And there's on the second floor of this building, so there's no way like someone's going to be on the outside of the window. It was walk around on my own, so there's no one on the inside. You can see like a woman's face in the mirror, and I showed it to you as well, didn't I? Like, it's creepy.
Obviously, I've seen the photos, but what?
Yeah.
So what room were you in when?
It wasn't a room, so the whole thing's kind of in like an L shape. So there's like an L bit here. The entrance is here. You go in the entrance. There's a stairs that goes up, but as the stairs goes up, there's like a little reader nook bit behind it on like the mid-level kind of thing. But there's nothing behind that because the rest of the building is just a hall. You can't get up there. Like there's no way to be there. Um, and it's on the second floor of this thing in the middle of this bit with a reader nook. In the window, you see this woman's face, but it's not like you can't see like any color or anything like that. You literally just see like a bit of the face and like a bit of like an arm, but it's white. And it looks like gaunt, and I mean, the
So
picture will be up there. Check it out. But
from the picture that I saw, it you've got the window and then there's the two drapes along the
yeah,
side. when you say reading room, is it like
Well,
from
not a
like
reading room. It's
class
literally
like
so like on the stairs. There's the banister, and there's about like a meter gap behind it before it goes up to the like other stairs that leads up to the actual proper second floor. It's literally like a meter gap, like 2 meters wide, and they've got like a chair like either side, so you can sit there with like a little bookcase either side, because like the place is used for like dementia patients and stuff to do, like activities and that during the day. But it's literally tiniest spot, and there's a window there. Like I'm assuming, don't know why, but there's a window there, and it's weird.
yeah. No, I saw the picture, but from first glance, if you don't take in any other, if you don't know there, it looks like a nursery from the angle I was looking at.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
It was like, is that a nursery? Because then put in the put in the connection of that old woman standing there looking
Yeah,
through the
because I
window.
didn't notice. It
I
was
was
a
like,
friend looked at it,
oh.
and I'm going through the camera like, yeah, this is this. Like, it's quite a cool building and stuff. And then she looked, and she was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, okay, didn't notice that." And like, it's not something I saw in the mirror like when I was there, like taking the picture or anything. It's only like showed up in the picture, which is really. I mean, it's weird, yeah,
Do you think
but it's
she's got a name?
interesting. I thought,
Do you think she's got a name? The old woman.
like a Gracie, I think she is.
I
Yeah.
haven't heard anyone called Gracie in the fuck
No, but
in fuck.
that's right. Like, I don't know why, but like, it's an oldie name, and like that, yeah. I think she's a Gracie.
But the picture she was on, like the picture obviously she's all grey and
Like, I'm not
look
being funny. She
long
doesn't look alive, does she? Like,
long
it's
point,
not.
long pointy nose is what
Yeah,
I saw. So it was like it was a witch. I thought,
yeah. No, it's.
that's a
I mean,
fucking witch.
either way you look at it, it's a bit weird.
Also, you showed me another picture where it was like a flash of light, but it was like a light that went all the way up.
Yeah. So right, the
Yeah.
reason I think that's weird, and I mean, like, if anyone knows about like the camera stuff, like more than I do, like chime in. But there was a mirror behind it, and there's like a small slit in the middle of it, which is where like like bulk of the reflections come in. But from what I understand, the flash has gone off. You should only have like one focal point where it's spanning out from. It was all along it going different ways. Like there was no uniform like light to it. There was no like genuine source. It's the whole thing kind of trails up and spans out. It's very weird.
It looked like something from Star Trek. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
It looks like we were about to go what's into warp.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
how it was fucking insane.
It's weird. I mean, like, I only added it in because I thought. I mean, it looks cool. Like either way, it's a cool photo of it. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's interesting night, like for sure.
And how long were you there for? It was 6 hours or something, was it?
Uh, we got there about like 10 to 7, and then was there till like 1 in the morning. Was when the
Fuck,
guy came to lock up and that.
I was out in 10. I would have turned around and been
Yeah.
like, is there a bed in here
To be fair,
somewhere?
the guy was really nice, and he was like, "The kitchen's over there. Like, help yourselves to coffee and tea and stuff." And I was like, "Yes."
So when you told me you were going ghost hunting, I assumed that this was an abandoned house. I didn't.
No, no. It's because the guy that did it, one of his friends went there before and I got good results on like all the kit and stuff like that. So then, like, obviously they wanted to go and try it out. But ooh, yeah, I'll definitely. It's something I'll do again because it was interesting. Like I said, like I like proof. So the fact that there was actually a picture with something in it that I can't explain, and even looking at it from a logical point, like there's no reasoning for it to be there. That to me is
Hmm,
really interesting.
yeah. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, spooky, spooky. Da-na.
Musical, yeah, nice, nice.
We get Psychic Sally on the case. Weren't she fired?
I
Psychic
didn't
Sally.
even know. Like, yeah, I don't even know who that is.
She's like a really popular psychic person, I
Oh,
think.
okay. I saw one called Psychic Susan once. There's a lot of alliteration going on there. Well, not alliteration, but rhyming.
Susan or was it Psychic Sally?
Don't know.
I think the only person I've ever believed on it in is Mystic Meg, but that's only because she was an icon. Please
I
tell
don't
me you
even know
know.
who that is. No,
You don't know who
no,
Mystic Meg is?
no, no.
Oh, so she used to do a column in the paper for like all the earth sign things and like
Yeah.
Virgo and all that kind of stuff. Um, and she had like a black bob, and she always wore like a cloak with a high collar on it, and
Oh,
like this with a crystal ball.
very Count
And we
Dracula.
used to we used to call her Mystic Meg Septic Peg. I don't know
Oh,
why.
okay.
I don't know where that came from or who came up with it. Yeah, she used to have a column in the paper, and I would read it every day just because it's Mystic Meg and no one else.
Fair.
But she recently passed away not too long ago,
Hmm.
and we were like, "Oh no, dead." You know, I think that was even worse than Maggie Smith died. To be honest with you,
Professor
I'm not going to
McGonagall.
tell. Yes,
Right. Okay.
I
Okay.
forgot you didn't know who Maggie Smith was.
No. Right. It's the names. You know, if they're famous for something, and I can like think, oh yeah, that character. Fair enough. But like their actual names, like, because I mean, like they only give them like a little bit in the credits, and it's not like they put a picture of the person up like next to it and go,
In a
"This is
little
who
bit in the
this is."
credits, Maggie Smith's a bloody icon.
Yeah, but I don't do like watching all like the fucking news and Twitter and
I
all
mean, to
that.
be fair, the only thing I know that I've actually watched that she's been in was Harry Potter,
Yeah,
Downton Abbey,
I can't say I've
and
ever watched Downton Abbey.
I watched about 3 episodes of it and wanted to actually shoot myself because it was so fucking boring. And I'm probably going to people from saying that, but fucking hell, like
No, but not being funny, it was a boring time of life. Like, I mean, I know like everyone's on their phones a bit too much now, but there weren't really much to do, was there? It's a bit.
it just reinforced the fact that I do not get on with posh people
Oh
and
yeah,
why I
yeah,
don't
but who
fucking get
does
on with
really? I
posh
don't.
people.
Posh people don't even get on with posh people.
They
Like, they don't.
fucking hate each other, don't they?
Yeah, no, they do.
No,
Like, no
I, I,
camaraderie there.
I told you once about the time that I had to sit at a table and have like an actual dinner at a dinner table, and you had
Oh
to do
yeah,
like
with
you
all like the
serve
many
yourself.
spoons and forks and
Oh
shit.
fuck me, my brain went into overdrive. I was like, nah, fuck this. I was like, what the fuck am I using this for? There was a big one, a little one, a long
Yeah,
one. I was like, what the fuck? I'm just there like,
yeah,
like
no, that's
swapping
it.
it
Yeah,
down.
and not being funny, it doesn't matter. If it does a job, it does a job. I remember there's a posh like fish and chips down by Bournemouth, like in some big building by the like next to the beach kind of thing, like big old building, posh place. And my granddad is great, and I was I don't know what one to use. Like everyone's like looking, like, I don't know. He was like, you use whatever one you want. We're here to eat fish and chips, and
Oh,
I was just like, okay.
I'm gonna turn around, right, fuck it, use my hand.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, so, yeah, peeling the
Oh,
batter off.
yeah,
Enjoy that, posh
that's what you do.
people.
Is you peel the batter off first and then eat the fish afterwards. Like that's the
No, no,
that's
no,
the
no,
best part
no,
of it.
no,
No,
no, no.
no. Oh,
No.
okay, fine, whatever.
Some people that take the icing off a cake and don't actually eat the cake, like, fuck me. There's
Fucking
nothing more
lunatics is
irritating
what
than
they
when
are.
you've made a cake or something and then someone spends time like picking all the outside off and all like the frosting and bits, and you're like, mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, if presented with a cake with marzipan on the top,
Mm. No, I'd eat all of
yeah.
it still. I wouldn't just pick it
How
off.
will you really? Yeah,
I'd eat the
okay.
marzipan on its own, like in a pack, like 100%. But if it's on a cake, I'm eating the cake too.
Yeah, all right, fair.
I like it both in equal. So,
Right, well, we're at 18 minutes now,
I mean, we
so
should probably get
do you
started,
want to
to
get
be fair.
started on the actual purpose of the episode?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, right, so today we're going to do some. Basically, I picked a specific subject while I was at work the other day, and I don't know why I picked it. I
Working
think
hard or hardly working?
I think it came across my feed. I think I was watching TikTok or something like that potentially.
Definitely not working then.
Um, and it came, well, it was Friday. There's nothing to fucking do on a Friday.
Fair enough.
Um, it came across my feed, and I was like, okay, that looks a bit interesting. So I basically looked into crimes that have where the offender has no memory of what they've just done, and I wanted to look at sort of like what causes it, why,
Yeah,
because I thought a lot of people would see that and be like, well, that's bullshit.
yeah,
They're
no,
lying.
fair.
Um, so I wanted to have a proper look, just have to see if there was. I know there's been cases because I've seen them over years
Yeah.
where people have said, "Oh, I don't remember it," or
But then
whatever.
I think I don't know why, like there must have been a case where someone got away with it by saying that, because there's quite a few that
Well,
say it
I
like a
have an
lot of the
example
time.
in here where
Yeah.
someone potentially nearly got away with it,
Okay.
but fucked up.
I mean, they normally
So,
do, don't they?
so what I did is did do a little bit of research. Now I put it on a bit of paper because I thought it looked a little bit more professional.
Nice.
Don't like the idea of sitting with like a phone in my face, you know.
I've got
So
an iPad on a stand.
my phone's there, but it's got a timer on it. But
Yeah.
even though it literally has a timer right there on the screen. See how long we've done it for, but I just wanted to do it because it looks a little bit more professional, you know.
No.
So I've told you a little bit about it, and I did review the case a little bit that I put on here with you, just because I didn't want it to be a bit sensitive for people.
Yeah.
But I left out quite a few details, so it's still
I mean, I'm
fresh in
probably
you
the
when you
wrong
listen
person
to
to
it.
ask if you want to be like sensitive about it.
No, but like
No, yeah,
the
no,
way,
respectful. I think is like the word, isn't it?
yeah, the way I
Yeah.
where I picked the information from,
It
especially
was
when it
very
came
like
to the,
clinical, wasn't it?
I just feel like it was just inhumane. I feel like the
Yeah.
word would have is better described. It's like the place I picked it from. It was just overcautious on what they were trying to say because of obviously getting sued and
They were
stuff. So
playing it too safe and kind of came across a bit like callous,
yeah,
didn't they?
yeah, and the person they were writing about just like a became a subject, you know,
Yeah.
not an actual person, and I really fucking hate that.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Uh, right, so we'll be reading from this paper a little bit. So there've been various instances where offenders claim to have no memory of the crime they've committed. It's going to sound a bit scripty because I did write it because I will forget half of what I'm saying.
It's fair.
Some of them considered petty crimes during maybe sleepwalking or under the influence of alcohol, drugs. Um, but they can reach the extremes. This is leading to the danger and potentially fatality of strangers, friends, spouses, and even their own children. I just think like how much in shock or how much trauma have you had to forget that you've, harmed someone that close
Yeah.
to you?
Yeah, but then you say that the brain's quite a clever defensive thing. Because I think even in like minor cases, like, if something bothers you a lot, like even just personally, not like if it's a generally like bad thing, your brain's clever enough to think, oh, okay, this could cause you a lot of trouble. I'm going to reevaluate this. And it's even like, so I think like a lot of people say like you're an unreliable witness on a good day because how often can you say you've paid attention to every little thing in a room?
Yeah.
Like, so if someone asks you, like, what was this? What color was that? What color were their eyes? Stuff like that. You could think they're one thing, but then in actual fact, like, you completely misremembered it. But you can be like 100% sure that's what you've seen, but you haven't. Like, it's a
Well,
very like tricky one.
it's that whole like rose tinted glasses thing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Like we'll we'll experience something, and then when we tell someone else afterwards, it's usually we pick the parts about where our brain senses a lot of it,
yeah. Because I think
and we'll
it's. I
tell
mean,
the
like,
story without
it's
that.
like it's trying to be kind, but it will defend you even if you don't want it to, kind of thing. Like with without you
Yeah,
knowing. Like it's a bit of a.
yeah.
It's difficult, but it's like they don't really understand like the full scope of what the brain's capable of, or even like what it is.
Oh, don't get into the whole conspiracy
No,
theory
no,
that we
no, no,
only
no,
use
no. I
about
mean,
ten
like
percent
just
of
even
our
from
brain.
like a scientific like point, like they don't know. Like they can put reason into most of it, but
Yeah.
carry on.
Um, so, though they don't happen very often, they tend to be noticed by people when they're causing doubt, speculation, confusion, and anger with either people that they know or the public, which will assume it's either excuse or ignorance.
Yeah,
Um, the truth would be very difficult to tell if someone is genuinely telling the truth or not, because as long as the facts add up and the evidence is presented correctly, this person will or will not suffer the repercussions of what they've done. So they could sit there and they could have actually, murdered someone and not have any memory of it at all.
yeah.
But as long as the defense is good enough, who's to say whether they're fucking lying or not?
Oh yeah. And
You know?
retrospectively, like I mean, this is. I mean, I don't know how it'd be looked at, like in like court of law and all that, but at the end of the day, if you've killed someone, you've killed one. Like remembering's not really here nor there. Like you have performed that action. Like that person is dead at your hands.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
kind of
what do you do?
yeah, yeah, it's tough shit. This is what hits you in the face
Yeah.
with reality. But there is a bit later on that I will talk about that comes straight from the International Library of Medicine, which does actually talk about. Um,
Do you know what's really funny? That's where I got some of the bits that I've looked into as well. I'd never heard of it before. Yeah.
um, yeah, that's it. Talks about that
Yeah.
is to whether something ends up being put down as manslaughter or actual murder, depending on the situation. So,
Well, isn't it
um,
based on like intent?
Yeah, so
Like if you
yeah,
intended to kill someone, it's murder. If you accidentally run them over and stuff, it's then manslaughter and stuff. I don't know. I think.
it's a very grey area. Depends on
Yeah.
what this is to whether it goes down in manslaughter or not.
Yeah.
But from what I can tell, yeah, the main thing is whether it's premeditated or not.
Yeah.
So I went to people, and this is going to sound like I went to the general public. I didn't. Just went to around a few people at work,
Fair enough.
um, and asked sort of their opinions on it. Like, if presented with this situation, how would you do it? Now, I asked them specifically what their first feeling towards it would, not
Like
after
gut,
they've been
like
presented with
gut
information,
reaction.
their gut reaction if they read it on a head. So I presented three scenarios, three of them. But so the first one was you see an article in the paper slash online, which would be your opinion based on this person being a complete stranger. No information presented about the person as an individual or their lifestyle. Though you may be presented with certain information in the investigation, details released to the public only. You may not have all of the information. The immediate conclusion, what do you think people went with?
What was the question again?
So you see the scenario was you see the people in on a headline or something in the paper or
Yeah.
online.
No. Sorry. I mean, like, so you saying like that have killed someone in and saying it's amnesia.
Yeah,
Or, right.
killed
Cool.
someone and
Yeah.
saying they don't remember.
I mean, like, I'd think most people would go for you've committed the crime, like regardless of what you're saying or anything. Like you have done it. I don't know. What
So
is what I'd
most
go
people
for.
said it's bullshit.
Oh, fair
Most people
enough.
just said, "Oh, the excuse is absolute bullshit,
Yeah.
and there's no way you couldn't remember it." But
Hmm.
that's obviously coming from you not having any information about them as a person or anything like that. So,
Yeah.
second scenario was if it was a work colleague that did it. So, majority of the same. As much as you know the person in work, you'll never know unless you're friends outside work.
Yeah.
Um, what their lifestyle is like outside work, outside the working environment, as people tend to have a different persona when they
Yeah.
come into work,
100%.
depending on what job you have. Um, Now, I say this because people can work in hospitals and
Hmm.
still be capable of taking someone's life. So,
Well, it's like the
as
angels
much
of death and
as
stuff. Like it happens more often than you
exactly,
think.
as much as a person may be in a role
Hmm.
where taking care of someone or someone's well-being is top
Yeah.
priority, they're still capable of removing said said
Yeah.
life from someone. So um, that's why I wanted to present that scenario. So what did you think people initially went with when presented with that scenario? What did you think their reaction would have been if it was a work colleague?
See, my reaction would be very different, but I feel like a lot of people would have more sympathy if it was a work colleague than if it wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after asking a few people, they tended to go, I would question it because I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't want
Right.
to believe it because you say unless that person is a dick inside the
Yeah.
office,
Yeah.
then you would then immediately think, oh yeah, well that's fucking true. Like I expected him to go shoot up a
Yeah.
fucking
Could see that one happening.
yeah, exactly. So every office has an office weirdo. Like
Yeah.
everyone, every workplace has a fucking weirdo. And as Alan Carr says, the person that comes in a fucking with a fucking machine gun and an overall fucking giant coat, like that's what on a dress down Friday.
Mm.
Um, so everyone's got that kind of person. So if you've gone into work and someone had gone, oh, it's that this person's done this, you'd immediately go, yeah, I fucking expected that from
Yeah.
him
Okay.
or her. Not
Yeah.
going to assume him or her. Um, but if it was someone that
Well, statistically speaking, women are more likely to poison you than shoot you.
we will do an episode of that
Yeah, because
about
there's
the
quite a
difference
few.
between male and female serial killers
Yeah.
because I watched a TV show a long time ago that was specifically about female serial killers, which
Yeah.
was fucking incredible. So I want to we'll talk about that at some point. But yeah, if you get the person that's like kind of quite respected, knows everyone, and then that happens. You wouldn't really believe it initially. So a lot of people said initially not really leaving it, but usually just because of who they are.
Yeah.
Now the third one, friends or family. So you get notified that someone in your family that has murdered their partner or whatever
Mm.
or something like that. Would you believe it or would you not? Again, initial
Yeah.
reaction.
I mean, so this is it. I would, but I'm thinking generally most people probably wouldn't.
Yeah, you're right. So,
So this is it, and this is, I mean, my opinion aside, but emotion comes into stuff way too much.
well, it said. So what I've put down is there would be initial denial,
Yeah.
um, but they would support and understand unless presented with evidence otherwise. So a lot of the time, you'll probably see that family members will be like, "Oh, I'm going to stick by you. I'm going to support you,"
Yeah.
even though this person's been accused of murder or whatever.
Well, yeah, fair
Um,
enough.
but a few people said once presented with the evidence to confirm, that they did do it and they are
Yeah.
responsible, then they would. But there will always be that time where people still cling to those attachments,
Oh, yeah.
as the theory of blood being thicker than water,
Yeah.
being your chosen family. Like if you don't have any family, then you know your chosen family, whatever
Oh, yeah,
that kind
because
of
it
thing.
depends
So
how deep your loyalties are, who they
yeah,
lie with, to who you're going to side with, and like we said, with your brain making excuses and stuff and convincing you otherwise, it's the same kind of thing. Like, you're going to convince yourself that, oh, they didn't do it, or they had their reasons for doing it and stuff.
yeah. And like the same as the office kind of thing. Every family has a bad apple,
Yeah.
and the people that cause problems. And if that person has gone, yeah, this person's been, you go, yeah, I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was what the information I got from just speaking to people.
Yeah.
Um, so after that, I just kind of looked into what may cause someone to lose memory after committing
Yep.
the crime or something like that. So we got a few. The main one that came up was alcohol, drugs, that kind of thing. So,
Yep.
but there was one that came up which was called disassociation. So, individuals may experience disassociation during a violent act, leading to amnesia. This can occur during emotional arousal, such as fear or rage, which can interfere with memory encoding and retrieval. Fucking, I'm out of breath. Why am I out of breath? Um, some of the names of what causes this
Yep.
are cognitive disruptions. So, anger that can activate a fight or flight response, leading to temporary loss of focus and memory.
Yeah.
Emotional regulation. Individuals may struggle to control their emotions, resulting in impulsive behavior and forgetfulness. Rage blackouts. In some cases, individuals may experience a rage blackout where they become disoriented and unable to remember their actions. These all sound relatively similar.
Yeah, but there's different causes and like reasonings behind it, isn't there?
Um, Cortisol release. So, elevated cortisol levels during anger can interfere with the memory consolidation and retrieval, making it hard to remember events. And then it says understanding these factors can help in managing anger and improving memory retention.
Yeah.
Um, Next one is alcohol and drugs, which is kind of obvious. The use of alcohol and
Which
drugs can
is
impair
one,
the memory
although I
technique.
mean, like I'll say this because like, I've partaked of the devil's lettuce. Not once have I ever had my memory like impaired, and it might be a like case by case basis. I've never had it where I've been so drunk I couldn't remember a night before. And to
Yeah,
me, I mean, this is my perspective. Your experiences might be different. I've never had it where I couldn't remember stuff. I've never had it where it's been impaired. It seems to me like it's just a very like useful excuse for people to use for like questionable behaviour on nights out.
yeah, yeah. I get that
Is
because
I mean
yeah, a
I
lot
can
of
only
people
speak off from
do.
personal thing, but
Yeah, I know a lot of people do go do the whole. I don't remember fuck all from last night, and you kind of, or
yeah.
you do. You just don't want to say it.
They're saying that you drunk so much you couldn't remember you'd been to a concert, so that's
Yeah, but that was over
yeah,
time.
yeah, no, fair enough.
I don't. I remember going to a concert.
Yeah.
I just can't remember the actual band I went to see.
No, fair
So,
enough.
so I, so after having a conversation about it with my friends, I do now vaguely remember going,
Yeah. So you think
and I
that's more
remember
like the memories
seeing,
faded over time then?
yeah, and I remember seeing the ticket which said the band's name on it, Devil
Yeah.
Driver. Like I remember that being a thing, but I just can't remember going there, walking in the building, listening to the fucking music, and
Yeah.
then going home. I can't remember any of that bit. But
Fair enough.
that's from doing it over time. Like that's not the night after.
No.
I mean, there have been times where I've been drunk so much I can't remember what happened the night before.
No, see, and that's interesting to me because that's what I mean. Like from personal experience, couldn't ever say that's happened, but you generally like couldn't remember like what happened, what you
Yes, so
done.
there was this time where I went to our local club,
Hmm.
and me and my friend had drunk a shit mix before
Yeah.
we left. And now I've told you what a shit mix is before.
Doesn't
It's
sound
just a
good.
pint glass with vodka, port, whiskey, WKD, lemonade, and Skittles in it. And the reason we put Skittles in there is because when
The
they
taste.
dissolved, it sat on the top, the foam, like grey foam, and it looked like sheep's
Mmm.
brains. So we used to call it sheep's brains.
Nice.
Um, but we used to drink that before we went out because it didn't pay any much when we went out for
Yeah.
the drink. So we'd be relatively merry before we even got there. So um, I got so I drank so much when we got there.
Hmm.
I think we had at least 6 shots,
Yeah.
and then several glasses of whiskey and lemonade. I'd say whiskey; it was Southern Comfort, but double
Yeah.
Southern Comforts and lemonade, and double Archers and lemonade, and Strawberry Brothers. And and it's not because I remember drinking them; it's because I saw
Hmm.
my fucking bank account the next day and realised, oh well,
Yeah.
fuck, that's
All the
where my
statements.
wages have
I
gone.
drank quite a lot last night. Because I managed to spend
Um,
£100 on a student night, and you think like they were like pound shots. Like, how did that happen?
yeah, no, it's
Then,
and the only the only kind of clue that told me that I don't remember
hmm.
anything is because I woke up on the doorstep of my flat
Oh, okay.
with the key in the lock.
Yeah.
So I don't remember getting to the flat like
Oh
at all.
shit.
I do not remember the journey of leaving the club and getting home. Don't remember that.
See, like, I find that so interesting because I think I told you before. Like, I got my friend owed me a drink, and the cheap prick grabbed the drink that was on the bar and was, "Oh yeah, that's your one." I've drunk it. The drink was spiked, so we've gone into the club that's like opposite where the pub is. I've got out to the smoking area with a few other people. The second the oxygen, like, well, I mean, there was oxygen in the thing, but like the fresh air hit me, I felt like shit. And then I've started like trying to like climb up the ramp, like to get to the street kind of thing. So I'm like, something's not right here. Collapse down. And then, I mean, but this is like, even when like my drink's been spiked, I just remember like blacking out for like minutes at a time. So I remember like being there, then being in like one of the girls I worked with, her sister's car, and then like trying to like guide them to where my house was, and like intermittently blacking out, and then getting to my little sister, instead of like going to hospital, no, we can't let mum find out about this. We need to go out now. We're going to go like have a campfire and like could be with everyone out there. And I'm like, cool, yeah, I'm going.
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
100%. But that's what I mean. Like, I still remember bits about that. It was only like those very brief like moments in between where I can't remember anything. But then I'm assuming that's from like whatever was in the drink. But yeah,
Yeah.
I find it really interesting that people can just drink and then like forget like actual whole nights.
Yeah. Um. Right. Emotional arousal. Situation where extreme emotional arousal, such as witnessing a crime or experiencing a traumatic event, can lead to amnesia. Now, when
Yeah,
I read that, I initially thought, okay, so what part is the traumatic event? Is it the bit had they witnessed a traumatic event before this had happened,
yeah,
or is the murder the traumatic event which then triggers the memories after you've committed it?
yeah, fair.
So I don't really know where that falls,
But
but
then I
I'll
suppose
be
it's again like dependent on person. Like different thing could like shock you to that point where your brain's like, nope, don't want to remember that.
yeah. Well, that kind of made me question about what stage you would
Yeah,
experience it, but brain damage, so injuries during injuries to the brain, such as resulting from head injury or stroke, can cause amnesia.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know, depending on how severe the stroke is, someone probably couldn't are following a stroke. Because from my
Yeah.
experience, a lot of people who have experienced strokes have mobility issues and stuff afterwards. So
Yeah. Well, it takes a big toll from you, doesn't it? It's
yeah,
not fun.
um, psychological factors. This one's fairly, obvious. Conditions like advanced dementia or Alzheimer's disease can contribute to memory loss and amnesia, which is kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
As um,
But for anyone who has family that, so like I've had family that have had like dementia and stuff like that, always think it's worth like being like, just so you know, little things like my nan stopped doing Sudoku and stuff like that because she said she didn't want to do it anymore. It's because she couldn't remember how to do it. It's very good signs to watch out for, like if a family member's like stop doing something they used to and stuff. Just yeah, put that out there.
we'll go into that because there is something that I want to talk about, which does include that kind of thing. So
Okay.
we'll do that on another episode as well. It says understanding these factors can help in addressing legal and ethical implications of crimes committed by individuals with no memory. It is essential to consider the underlying causes of memory loss when evaluating the responsibility of a person and their actions.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on to the one that I took from the International Library of Medicine, and this does talk about why people doubt the existence of crime amnesia.
Yeah.
So it says there are several reasons to doubt the existence and the dissociative amnesia of an offence. For one thing, laboratory studies in which participants encode and store information in a particular emotional state and retrieve that information in another state have shown that a mismatch in state between the acquisition and the test phase does not lead to substantial inability to remember stimuli presented in the learning phase. Also, committing a violent crime typically means one performs one or more actions. Research has shown that people tend to remember their own actions better than other information.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of throws me off of believing it, is because you need to,
Well, that's a
if it's
pretty
a
big
murder case,
action to
murder the
remember.
person,
Yeah.
dispose of the body, that kind of thing. I don't. That's what makes me not believe it a little bit. But
No.
um, most importantly, dozens of studies have demonstrated that strong emotions do not undermine the memory performance but enhance the memory of stressful events.
Yeah.
Recent Canadian study serves as a case in point. McKinnon et al. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
I was going to say I
Investigated the
have no idea what you just
richness
said.
is a name.
Oh, okay.
Investigated the richness and accuracy of people's memory for a highly traumatic event. The participants were formerly passengers of the transatlantic plane flight that nearly ditched at sea. The authors found that a few years after the incident, all participants had excellent memories for the events that took place during the near fatal flight. Based on the investigation and many other studies showing memory enhancement and strong emotions, one could reason that dissociative amnesia in an offence is, at best, scarce.
Yeah.
This notion has also been put forward for some forensic psychologists. Centaur, I think that's how you pronounce it, Centaur. Centaur, for example, stated, "My own experience during the period of 9 years in the forensic unit failed to confirm even one case of psychotic amnesia in the absence of a psychotic episode, brain damage, or acute brain syndrome."
It's interesting.
Crime-related amnesia clearly has benefits for people charged with serious offences. Now, this bit pissed
Mm.
me off, and this is going to piss you off as well. So,
Okay.
trigger warning for anyone who has had this kind of experience, because it really fucked me off as soon as I heard it. To start with, one cannot provide police with crucial ingredients, details of an offence, which might obstruct them police investigations.
Mm.
This is the bit that pissed me off. Also, sexual offenders do not have to talk about shameful offences. I know. Now, I don't know if that's
I'm not
100%
saying
true.
anything because I got told off for bashing America last time, but this is coming from there. It happens an awful lot out there, and there's a lot of like
It
politicians and
happens
stuff that want to
everywhere,
get away
mate.
with it. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, not. Mm.
It happens everywhere. Um, But yeah, I didn't know that they don't have to talk about it.
I think it might be a case of, and I might be very wrong here again. If anyone knows, like, factually what 9 times out of 10, if you've done something, there's not really any way of talking your way out of it because they do, without too much detail, they do the swabs and stuff like that, so they can. You're not being funny if they find your DNA like inside someone. It's a pretty big given. So it might be a case that they mean they don't have to talk because the evidence kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, but no, but that's what I mean. Like sometimes, because you can't just rely solely on evidence. You have to actually have a
No, but
confession as
that's what I
well.
mean. Like, so instead of like, because not being funny, a lot of people like there are very brave people that want to like kind of stand up to like the people that have done that to them and be like, stick the middle finger up and be like, you did this, you are now going to pay for it. There are a lot of people that are so hurt that they don't want to see that person, they don't want to hear them speak, and they would probably rather let the evidence speak for itself. It's very ambiguously worded, like on there, so I'm not sure like how that is carried away
I think they mean
in
specifically
act.
during the police investigation, like interviews and
Yeah.
stuff. Um, which might blah 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 blah. No motive of crime suggests that the offence was impulsive and not premeditated. In homicide cases, this could lead to a manslaughter charge instead of a murder conviction. So that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Moreover, this type of amnesia might lead to the mitigation of criminal responsibility. Given these advantages, it seems like many offenders would report memory loss as their offence for feigning their amnesia. Now, here's an example of where it failed.
Mm-hmm.
A famous historical example of feigned crime-related amnesia is that of Rudolf Hess, a prominent Nazi politician. Claimed that at the start of the Nuremberg trials, he had no recollection of his personal and political activities during the years preceding the Second World War.
Oh yeah, sure you didn't.
Funny that.
Okay.
Convenient that.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry,
Hess
just trying to get
was
away with genocide here. Fucking hell.
Hess was examined by several psychiatrists who unanimously declared that his memory loss was genuine. So initially, they thought he was telling the fucking
Yeah,
truth.
but I'd like to know who was doing it because it's like 9% of the scientists from like I don't know what the politically correct like Hitler's army. It ended up like getting
Nazis.
yep that one ended up getting taken over to NASA and working for them as scientists and stuff. So like a lot of them got covered up for because of the knowledge they had for weaponry and stuff like that, which is
Now, remember
disgusting.
back in like when this was
But
Nuremberg
that's what I
trials,
mean.
which
Was
was a
that
long
them
time
trying to
ago.
cover up for something because they were like, "Oh, hang on a minute, we want you on our
No,
team"?
I think it was probably just because they didn't have enough evidence or
Oh,
they
okay.
didn't know knowledge on the subject.
Yeah.
Hess was examined by several psychologists who declared him genuine. However, after some weeks, Hess realised because of his he could not respond to the allegations against him. So, because he'd gone, oh, I can't remember anything,
He like
he
put
then
himself
couldn't
into a
he
hole.
then couldn't defend himself when people
Yeah.
started him of stuff.
Yeah, because they're like, well, actually, no, we're telling you you did do it.
Yeah,
You don't remember, so you can't actually put up a defence for
yeah,
yourself.
exactly.
Dickhead.
He informed the tribunal shortly after that he had feigned loss.
Hmm. Funny that.
Yeah, so that was quite a famous
I
trial.
hate that. I mean, like, the people that, like, SA and Nazis, like, fucking tie them to a chair and pour boiling hot water over them.
Okay,
Best thing for them. As much pain as possible. I'm here for it.
so now we're going to go. I'm just going to talk about a true case now.
Yep.
Um, it's going to be a bit sensitive, so trigger warning for anyone who has experienced a violent death of someone that they care about, loved one, or something like that. Just want to put that out there because this is going to be talking about uh, an older lady and her daughter who witnessed the entire thing. So, like I said before at the beginning, these don't happen very often, but when they do, they tend to be very raw, very, very noticeable crimes.
Yeah.
This one's been fairly recent, so this was only a year ago where this actually happened. So this was on October 2024 that this happened. And this is this fairly recently involves the unfortunate passing of a 69-year-old lady named Ms.
Don't say that. We're doing a
Lynn.
podcast.
What?
He can't
I can't
speak.
speak.
Yeah, shit. Bad start. Don't worry. He'll learn.
Right, so this was during an attack in 1924 that led to Catherine Flynn losing her life at the hands of Dean Mears. This was an attack in her home at Ryle Denbighshire. Not too sure.
Yeah.
Now, just to clarify, I'm trying to be as sensitive as I possibly can
Yeah.
with the way that I speak about this. I don't
One
want to
question,
offend
like,
anybody.
don't care really about the guy that did it, but like for like people's like to know about it, like does it say how old he was or anything, or is that not
No,
really like
it
no?
doesn't.
Fair enough.
So, and this is what also annoyed me.
Yeah.
The article said a lot about Catherine, but didn't really
Yeah.
say anything about Dean other than what he
Okay.
said during the trial.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, that feels like you're protecting him.
Did you see any like pictures of him at all?
Yes, there are
So
pictures.
the only question I've got was it that he was a minor and it's
No,
because of okay, no, cool. Cool.
no. What I'll do is I'll put a picture
Yeah.
up here or somewhere
Like
if I
in the
can.
middle.
I'm not very good at editing, so I probably won't. I'll probably put it in something like that.
Yeah.
Um, right, so before the attack, he was caught on a Ring doorbell breaking into Catherine's home. Now, I didn't watch the Ring doorbell footage, but bring myself to watch it
Yeah.
because I was like, because of what is described in
I mean,
here,
it's not a nice thing to watch. I get
I
that.
didn't want to watch it because I was like, no, I'm not watching that. I did watch about 10 seconds of it and realised that none of this is actually shown in the footage.
Yeah.
So if you do want to watch it, then
Ooh.
feel free, but I'm not going to watch it.
Although again, if you do have any family that are like getting not all carers bad, but like just from personal experience, family that are on their own that are being cared for without you there and stuff, those Ring doorbells that you can have them inside and stuff, lifesaver, worth having.
Yeah. So, for the attack, he was caught on the Ring doorbell breaking into Catherine's home. Her daughter Natasha said she received a door camera alert and watched helplessly during the break-in, and this itself has been described as horrific. So, from what I saw, he kicked the door twice.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't open, so he smashed the window next to get in. Then,
So the only question, like, I mean, you might be able to be getting into it, so tell me to shut up. But did she call the police like straight away, or is she like so shocked she's watching it happen,
I'll
kind
get
of thing?
into that because
Okay, yeah,
there was
no,
a
fair.
reason she couldn't do it
Okay.
straight away. So, he broke the window, went straight into Catherine's bedroom before pulling her from the bed and stamped on her. This led to breaking every bone in her face. He can be heard raising his voice at her before the sound of stamping, which was fully captured on the recording.
No, it takes a special kind
So
of prick to
you
do
could
that.
hear him screaming at her and the stomps. Now that bit obviously was not released to the public.
No,
Hasn't been released to the public, and I fucking don't blame
it's not
them.
for it's not for other
No.
people, is it? No.
So I think in the camera footage, you only see him breaking into the house, and then the police arresting him afterwards.
Yeah.
So this lady was considered vulnerable. So Catherine was considered vulnerable. She was 4 foot 10 inches tall and weighing less than 50 kilograms. It is known that she used a walking frame and a stair lift to get around the house, as unfortunately she had endured serious health and mobility issues.
Oh, bless her.
She suffered severe facial trauma and multiple fractures, and she was taken into the hospital where she unfortunately passed the following day. I mean, big up to her for, fighting for that long.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because I would have thought that would have been, she would have been, they would have, arrived
Well,
and
not
she'd passed or
like her
something like
daughter's
that.
watching her kind of thing. Like she obviously cared about her daughter enough to fight through something like as horrific as that.
So the injuries were described as the type of injuries you would see during a high-speed road traffic accident.
Shit.
And up to 15 blows were recorded. on the recording, so
I'd
15
say do it to
times.
him, and this is what I don't understand because, like, not being funny, I'm assuming now he's in prison, being taken care of on like other people's money. Fucking kill him. Like, what is the
So
point in having
we'll
someone
get
like that
into
around?
the sentencing and stuff.
Yeah,
Um, so it was found that Dean had taken ketamine and cannabis before breaking into Catherine's home,
smart
and
life
it said
choices
that
then.
she was a complete stranger to him. So, according to the report, he didn't know who she was. It was just a random break-in from
So
the
it's
nearest house that he
opportunistic.
could
He
find.
wanted like more money for a fix. Then I'm assuming.
Well, we'll get there as well.
Yeah,
So, after the trial that lasted 9 days, Dean was eventually found guilty of murder. I can't personally begin to understand like how
it
Natasha
lasted
must have
9
been
days.
feeling
Oh,
at
okay,
this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
She's watching this entire thing on the doorbell
Well, yeah, and then
and
not
not
being
being
funny
able to
to
do
have to
anything
wait
about
9 days to be told that he's guilty. Like, he's clearly very guilty.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
do you
ring
know what I
camera
mean? Like, yeah.
footage,
What more proof
everything.
do you
How does
need?
that last 9 fucking
Yeah,
days?
like, don't, I get it. There's a way of doing things. All of that. To me, if you're a judge and you've got the ability to say like you are guilty or you are not guilty, like it's
Mm.
not like in this country we have to rely on juries and stuff. Like it's facts and information done. How is there not enough to be instantly like, right, you're going to prison for the rest of your life? Goodbye.
Well, um, um, so from what I saw on the thing, it said that it only lasted 2 minutes.
Oh,
So
okay.
the whole incident lasted 2 minutes, but to Natasha, it said it felt hours.
Jesus Christ, then he's gone on like a pretty savage rampage, like because it like not being wrong, like you said, it's like 15 times and stuff like that. That's a
Yeah,
lot of like damage to do in a short
two
amount of time.
minutes, around 2 minutes from the initial time of breaking in to the murder of Catherine.
Jesus.
Um, so she had to unfortunately wait until Dean had tried to leave before calling the police.
Why is that?
I'm not too sure. It says it says
Oh, in
it
case
was
they
2 minutes,
turned up
but
and he
felt
did
like
like more to
I don't know.
her.
But it lasted 2 minutes, but felt like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Um, Dean had to leave so she could then call the police.
I suppose you'd be a bit worried, like she's already gone through that. If she was still, like, you know, like you said, she was still alive and ended up going to hospital and that, you'd be a
Well, the
bit
thing
worried
is,
the police were going to turn up and he'd do
been,
worse.
it might have also been the fact that Natasha may have missed something. If
Yeah.
on a way to call the police, she might not be aware of something else happening.
Yeah.
Um, so, word spoken from Natasha that says, "You, Dean Myers, can't even look at me. You didn't kill my mum. You killed a part of me. You, Dean Myers, took the light out of my life. Words and my face to be etched into your brain,"
Yeah.
which I'm fucking hoping they are. Um, so obviously she's Natasha's witnessed the entire thing, so she's having to describe what she heard in the court. Now I can't even begin to know how that fucking feels.
Yeah.
Play everything like that just sounds horrible to me. Um,
It's not
so it
fun.
says, I hear the thuds to her head, face, and neck every day. It replays in slow motion. Thud, thud. That was the vilest, sickest moment of my life. How could you do this to my mum, my Queenie, which I think is so cute, my Queenie.
Yeah.
Um, you should hang your head. You're nothing but a coward. I'll never forgive you, Dean Mears.
Yeah.
Dean's defence claims that he was suffering with PTSD after being stabbed twice and sentenced for drug dealing.
I'm sorry. Like, mm, toe to toe and everything, but what kind of walked prick thinks you can use that? Like, you've got yourself into that. Like, one, don't drug deal. Like, if you're that determined to do drugs, move out to a country where it's legal. Like, there's plenty. You've got stabbed because you're doing some dumb shit.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's giving. Remember the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trials? It's giving
Yeah, yeah,
dog stepped on a bee.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Fucking hell.
a judge, which is Reese Rowlands, said that only Mears knew why he went into that home that night. The only explanation is that you were expecting to find something of value, and
Yeah.
added that he was heard demanding keys from Catherine and was satisfied that this was a murder of game. Dean was sentenced to 27 years, 128 minimum term days in prison, and the judge said that Mears was responsible for a savage, merciless, and ferocious attack.
But why has he not got life for that? That's what I don't
Life, I
understand.
believe. I believe, like when they say you're having life in prison, I don't think it means life. It just
Hmm.
means a large period of time, which could be the majority of.
Yeah,
So
but I thought, I
then,
mean, no, I'm not expert, but like, I thought it was a case of like 30 years was the maximum for a sentence, but then they can give you like multiple of those to then stack up to say, like,
yeah.
you ain't
So
getting
I
out.
remember it. It was 21 years for life,
Okay.
and then like you get given multiple life sentences, which then
Oh,
makes up
okay,
like
okay,
60
yeah,
years
no,
or
fair.
whatever.
I was thinking, like, they've not been funny after doing that, you don't deserve to be out after that thingy, but yeah.
Um, so during the trial,
Hmm.
the hashtag was set up online with hashtag Justice for Queenie by her daughter Natasha, so she could remember her and talk about what happened.
Yeah.
It's not just my mum; it's for everyone's Queenie. So so everyone can feel, you know,
Yeah, I mean, like, everyone's got one, so everyone can be put in,
yeah.
like, her shoes and understand how she's feeling.
So and then she stated afterwards, I wanted to carry on and be a platform against violence for women and girls. It'll be used to help organisations, femicide awareness, and things like that.
Yeah.
Now, after that, so that's the end.
Hmm.
After reading that, I was thinking like, how the fuck that a grown ass man could walk into someone's house or break into someone's house,
Hmm.
be a vulnerable
But
lady,
so this
extremely
goes back to
vulnerable,
like, do you remember like the
because I
other
don't
day
like
we were
the idea
talking
of
about,
someone.
yeah, but the other day we were talking about like how it used to be like if you had a problem with someone, you'd have a fight, you'd fight it out, you'd shake hands, you'd sort it out after.
Yeah,
Like,
that's not really the same thing, though.
no, 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 no. Well, look, I'm getting there, but and then nowadays it's become a point. So like these weak little like weak-minded, weak personality, fucking idiots can grab a weapon, can do drugs, can do all these things that bolster their confidence. And like you said, he's dealing drugs and got stabbed and stuff like that. Like he's obviously a fucking idiot. It's gone to the point where like you do this kind of shit. Like not being funny, like you didn't have all this way back when, and then now you've got people doing like it happened. Like not it's not just this poor lady. It's happening to a lot of other people around. Like it's it just yeah. Ranting, I'm angry. Don't like it.
Um, so they showed a picture of Catherine, and
Hmm.
if I can edit, I'll put a picture up of Catherine. Um, but she looks so nice. She looked like such a nice friend.
Yeah.
She had like a really big smile, and from what I've heard, so I put a note and I basically said that she looked like the type of person that if Natasha brought her friends over for dinner or something like that, she would be like, "Here, have some extra helpings" or something like that. She just looked like someone who would take care of.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was the case I had. But I just want to say before we do move on to anything else that my condolences to
Yeah.
and
100%.
anyone affected by that. I think personally, if I'm a massive supporter of action for women.
Yeah.
As much as there's this whole argument between, you know, men and women, women have it are or more in danger. That's just face
Yeah.
fucking pigs at the
Although
end of
I
the
will say it has to be like this whole putting labels and segregating people to think we're all people. Everyone deserves the same amount of like love, care, protection, all of that. It shouldn't be one more than the other. And like with this one, like, I think we were saying the other day, like if you're a man, you're bigger than someone. Physically, we are stronger than not most women. You should be protecting people. You should be helping them. You shouldn't use that to then do harm for personal gain or like because you feel like it or because you can't control your own temper. It's disgusting, right?
Mm.
But I mean, like what I mean is like I know men that have been through the same kind of situation. I've been like assaulted by like other men and stuff like that. But it happens to everyone, and it's sickening whoever it happens to.
Yeah. Something I which was the whole point of me even finding this case,
Mm.
was Dean claims that he did not carry out. He did carry out the attack, but has no recollection of anything that happened that night. And I'm assuming that's down to the drugs,
Mm.
uh, or potentially refusing to just acknowledge the fact that he did that. Um,
Yeah, well, I think it's a weak little junkie that's thought, I'm going to go and pick on the first person I find, get a fix, and not being funny to do that and to go to that level to do it to someone. That's savage, and you know what you're doing to do that. Like, if it's like a gut reaction or you're doing something on instinct, like, say, like, not being funny, like devil's advocate, he thought someone was attacking him and like he pushed someone away or something. That's almost understandable. To stamp on someone to the point where it's like a car collision, you know exactly what you've done. Like, that's with intent. And
yeah,
not being funny, like I said as well, he's been heard saying like he wanted to get demanding keys. So he's obviously after something like specific.
yeah,
So like he's got intent for that one. He knows what he's doing.
yeah. That's all I got research wise
Yeah.
was for that today, and I've just noticed that we're over an hour now, hour and five.
Yeah, I
So
mean we can carry on. There's no like time limit.
no, I don't. I don't want to prolong because I've got to edit this. Remember.
Okay. Fine.
So we'll probably do part two
Yeah.
this instead. So we'll do that. Um, any closing thoughts?
No, I mean I feel like you've hit us with a very like emotional one on the end there. That was no, that's very like you said, like thoughts and feelings to her and like the family and that, but
Yeah,
it's a horrible thing. And horrible that it even happens. Like it's shouldn't be the case.
yeah, and it's just to think like she's safe. She initially thought she was safe,
Yeah,
laying in bed. No one's gonna get her or anything like that. And then just some asshole who decided to fucking do too many drugs,
yeah.
the life of someone completely innocent. Like it just baffles
It's
my mind
disgusting, isn't it?
that anyone could even get to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so part two at some point in the future. I don't know if it will be the next episode or the episode after, because there is something I want to talk about, which is slightly off topic when it comes to crime, leads more towards the natural side.
Mm.
Um, but we'll get into that soon. So
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I've got a fair bit on the same topic then, so hope that works.
well, we end it there then.
Yeah, can do.
Right. Well, thank you very much for joining us in the episode today. That was
Mm.
episode 2. We are going to try potentially and get a week out. Don't know how that's going to work out, but if you had any questions as to why we're on a camera, by the way, today, completely forgot to mention it at the beginning, is because me and Ryan don't actually live near each other,
Yeah,
and we can't always be.
this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, we can't always be in the same room when it comes to recording the episode. So
Yeah. I
we'll
mean, there will
probably
be
have.
episodes like where same like place and everything, but bulk
We
of the
will
time it's
have
probably going
episodes
to be
where it
bits like
is
this.
sometimes, together, sometimes online,
Yeah.
whatever seems to happen. But yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
See you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.